Okay, looks like you're doing well. You made it to your third module. So in this module, we're going to talk about the last three primary principles of influence. The first principle is the principle of liking, which is very simply people buy from people that they like. But how do you get someone to like you? Well, there's three ways that are psychologically proven to get someone to like you. I like to think of it an acronym that I've created of LLC, which most oftentimes stands for Limited Liability Corporation, but in this instance, LLC actually is an acronym for three things. First, L, meaning that people like people who are like them. So people like people who are like them. So if you can establish commonality or similarity to your consumer or your prospect, then they're more inclined to like you. They see a bit of themselves in you. The second L stands for people like people who make them laugh. So not that you have to turn into an overnight comedian, but if you can make someone laugh, add genuine comedy, add a bit of the human element to your sales process, you should find that your sales go up and that people like you. And the C stands for compliment, but not just any old generic compliment. Find a way to genuinely compliment your prospect or your consumer, and if you can make people feel like that you're like them, you can make them laugh and you can genuinely compliment them, then you will be able to employ the fourth principle of influence, which is the principle of liking. Now, the next one is very, very important. It's the principle of consensus, meaning that people like to do things that other people are doing. For instance, I was at a dealership just a little while ago and someone said, "Man, I'm not sure about this car. I just need to think about it. I don't feel comfortable moving forward." Here's what I told him. This particular manufacturer, in fact, I was working at a Toyota dealership. I said, Toyota sold just over 10 million vehicles last year alone to consumers just like yourself. What that means is that another Toyota is sold every 4 seconds. In short, before I finish this sentence, Mr. Customer, wait for it, another Toyota just got sold. Can I make you the next? And I shook their hand and congratulated them, and they indeed bought. Why did they buy? Well, utilizing the principle of consensus. They said, man, 10 million other people done it, it must not be that bad. And the last principle of influence that we're going to discuss today is actually the principle of commitment or consistency. People like to stay consistent with their commitments that they've made. So in your initial meet and greet or your initial introduction to your consumer or your prospect, if you can tell them, hey, if I can show you the facts and figures regarding my particular product, then I'd love to at least show you that, and then in the end you can make a decision whether it works for you or it doesn't work for you. If that customer says, yes, I agree to that, then what do they just agree to? Well, they just agree to going all the way to the end of the sales process. And if you can get everybody to the stage where they're looking at the numbers, they're looking at cost versus value, then you'll find that your sales goes up substantially. But getting them to commit to little steps along the way, getting them to commit to going all the way to the end of the process up front will greatly increase your sales. Thank you for tuning in to this module. Please see the quiz below.